Hi, I'm Kelsey from ratings.com. Today we'll be doing a review of the Keychron K14. We'll be evaluating on our standardized test bench to see how it performs and if you should buy it. This is a customizable keyboard that comes with your choice of Gateron G Pro or Keychron in-house switches. There are also versions without backlighting and a hot swappable variant as well. We bought and tested a non-hot swappable version with Gateron G Pro Brown switches, and we expect the variants of this keyboard to perform similarly besides the typing experience. The Keychron K14 is a customizable 70% keyboard with RGB backlighting. While our unit isn't hot swappable, you can purchase a version that is. This means you can replace the stock switches with any 3-pin or 5-pin switch you want without having to solder them into place, giving you full control over the feeling of your keyboard. One of the unique features of this board is its 70% form factor. This layout eliminates the function row at the top. Instead, the function keys are hotkeys on the numeric row. This means they're accessible by holding the function button and pressing the corresponding key. While most compact boards eliminate the navigational cluster, this board keeps it. It's tucked away on the right-hand side, tight to the alphanumeric keys instead of being set off. Essentially, this 70% form factor combines the aesthetics of space-saving benefits of a compact board with the functionality of an 80% or TKL board. Its build quality is excellent. It has solid aluminum frame and metal base plate, so there's no noticeable flex to it. The 5 rubber strips on the bottom and the incline feet do a good job of holding the board in place on a desk or a table. The keycaps on our unit are double-shot ABS with a soft touch coating that provides extra grip. They feel better than the keycaps found on older Keychron models since they don't feel as cheap or slippery. If you prefer a PBT keycap or a different color scheme, you can easily replace them, and the process is only made easier thanks to the included keycap puller. The keys themselves have a bit of a wobble to them, but this isn't noticeable or distracting while typing. Though there are only 2 incline settings to alleviate the strain on your wrists, the board has a high profile and would be a lot more comfortable with a wrist rest, which isn't included. So the ergonomics of the board is just alright. Fortunately, you can pick up a wrist rest from any online retailer, including Keychron. Now on to the test results. First we'll look at the functionality of the keyboard. This is a 70% board, so the function keys double up as hotkeys on the numeric row. The function keys works as media hotkeys by default, so you can pause, play, and skip through songs right on the board. You can also toggle through different lighting settings and alter the brightness of the backlighting using hotkeys. It doesn't come with a companion software, which could be a good thing if you don't want extra software running in the background of resource-intensive projects. But there is a bit of a downside as you can't remap keys or make any further adjustments without using a third-party software, and you can't program macros on the board at all. On a more positive note, the wireless features on this board are outstanding. It connects wirelessly using Bluetooth, and you can pair up to 3 devices at once, making it a great choice if you're in a multi-device work setup. There are 2 switches on the side of the board. The first allows you to change the operating system, so you can fluidly move from Mac to a PC without losing functionality, and there's even a Linux support when you set the board to Mac mode. The second switch toggles between connection types, from Bluetooth to wired, so you can use it while it's plugged in to charge. However, you probably won't need to charge it too frequently during a work week, as this board has a lengthy battery life. Keychron advertises that it should last up to 240 hours with the backlighting off or up to 72 hours with the lights on. Since this is a mechanical keyboard designed for office use, it lacks a lot of gaming-oriented special features, like Windows Lock to prevent you from accidentally minimizing your game. However, it does have full RGB backlighting with individually lit keys. The light shines through the legends, making them easy to see in dark, even if it's not as bright as other gaming focus options. Also on the note of gaming, this board has decent latency, but it's not as responsive as actual gaming boards, so it might be better suited for casual gaming rather than fast-paced competitive gaming. Now on to the typing experience. As you can see from the graph, the Gateron G Pro Brown switches on our Keychron K14 have a long pre-travel distance and a low operating force. The keystrokes feel light, with a nice tactile bump about halfway through the key press. However, the actuation of the key comes much later, so you might miss a press if you don't bottom out the keys. The Gateron G Pro Brown switches are a pre-lubed switch, so they feel smoother on the key press and not as scratchy as other Brown style switches without lubing. However, you might find the long pre-travel distance doesn't feel as snappy as you want. In that case, you can opt for the other offered switch types or go for a hot swap version so you can get the exact feeling you want from your switches. With the Gateron G Pro Brown switches installed, the typing noise is quiet. This is great if you're planning on working in an open office environment and don't want to annoy your coworkers. Though it's important to note that the noise levels will vary depending on the switch used. Although this keyboard has a compact design, the keys are spaced out normally, so you won't feel cramped while typing on it. But if you use arrow keys frequently for data entry or flicking through lines of code or even casual gaming, you might find their placement takes a bit of getting used to. Overall, the combination of soft touch ABS keycaps and a sturdy metal base provides a great typing experience. As we said, you can improve the overall comfort level by using a wrist rest with this board. Its high profile forces you to bend your wrists on an upward angle, which can cause some strain or fatigue during long work days. So this brings us to the main question: should you buy this keyboard? It's a great option if you're looking for a compact board but don't want to lose the function row or media hotkeys. At a 70% form factor, you get to keep your navigational cluster, but it's easier to fit into a tighter work environment. And its wireless versatility makes it a great choice for a keyboard to use with a laptop or a tablet, or if you work on the go. With that said, the 70% form factor may not be your style, so we advise you to check out the Keychron K8. It's a very similar board with better latency in case you want to use it for work and play, but it comes in a more traditional 80% or TKL form factor. So the navigational cluster is set off to the side away from the alphanumeric keys. Or if you're looking for a more gaming-oriented board that's still comfortable enough for work, we'd recommend the glorious GMK Pro. It comes in a 75% form factor, so it's not much bigger than the K14. Its latency is low enough for even the most competitive matches, and since it's hot swappable, you can put whatever switch you want in the board for an optimized typing experience. Also, it has a companion software so you can easily program macros to any key.